So, midnight, or just after midnight last night, I could hear something down the bar. I'm thinking, that's not right. It was him. It was him. And he had his head stuck in there. Now, I know he can get his head in and out of that because I've seen him do it a number of times. But for some reason last night, he'd got his head, maybe one of these is just a fraction narrower. Maybe that's what it is, it's just one. But he was stood there just stood there, was head in it. Moo! I come down here in my PJs. I don't wear much in the way of PJs. Thinking, how am I going to get him out of there? So I grabbed that chain and a stick of wood that is now over there. I put the chain around 2 bars next to him. So let's say his head was in there. The idea was to put the chain around there and there, click it together, put the wood in, spin it round, and I would bend these bars, hoping that the one near his head would go. Well, the sooner the chain touched that and rattled, he shot out of his skin, reversed, pulled this over, and popped his head out by himself. So I don't know how long he'd been stood there. It may have only been an hour, or what time did I look at him last? 8 o'clock. So maybe 4 hours he'd been sat there. There was not a big pile of poo, so I'm assuming not too long, but yeah, he could get out all along. Got me out of bed, basically, for nothing. I was dead impressed. Okay, so it is Sunday, 31st of July, last day of July, and penultimate day of me having the 5S145 at the farm. So this goes back, I think it's tomorrow afternoon. So the idea is I've got another 35, 40 bales to come back from to the farm. If I go and get a load back now, and then the plan is I'll go back over again, put another load on and leave the trailer out of the farm in the barn locked up with a load on. So when the case comes, I can drive the case over to the farm empty and then pull a load back. So I've kind of got that. Now the case tractor is someone else's tractor. It actually belongs to somebody. It's not a trial tractor. It is a farmer's tractor that's been loaned to me. So I am not going to take the mickey with doing any more than I really need to. I just kind of want to try it, test it on the trip over backwards and forwards, and just see how it feels. So yeah, if it was their own tractor, maybe I'd do a bit more, but it belongs to somebody. So, and the last, I wouldn't want somebody messing around with my tractor. Oi, come on, leave the ruts alone, we got to go. Biscuit, come on. I know what you're up to. Come on, up you go. Okay, so I know there's not a terrific amount of fuel in here. So what have we actually got? Not that much. Maybe I'll put a drop of juice in there before we go. Ah, he's just gone up a bar. We'll still put some in there. I've noticed on this, on the loader control, that when you stop, there seems to be a small lag between the signal of the stick and that, so it's only a few inches either way, but see what I mean? Especially when I'm picking up. So if I pick it up and let go, it's still moving for another 6-8 inches. That's something I would have to get used to. Let's go. Got the trailer on, so I need to take this a bit wide. Be interested to see how this thing fits in there. You stay there. Sorry. Right, the only small problem is when Phil bought the tractor, it adds something like just under half a tank of fuel in it. I don't really know how much half a tank is, so I took a photograph of the fuel gauge before he went. So all I can do really is make sure it's got as close as I can the same amount when he comes and fetches it tomorrow. But for now, 90 seconds should do it. What does that look like on the gauge? Little bit more, I think. Although sometimes these gauges can be a minute behind what's actually going in the tank. Yeah, another 30 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's your lot for today. Oh yeah, we're back on half a tank now. So, if I've got 2 more trips, I'm going to be topping up again, but that's fair enough. Better not take the wife's car, although it is red. She might not notice. She'd notice. Right then, so repeat of what we did yesterday. Just probably a bit quicker. Now I've got to know my way around that loader. I've already unhooked the electrics and the hydraulic brake. I did that when I opened the gate. So I ain't got to get the tractor again. Where do you think you're going? Hey? Right, first thing. Wake it up. Lift it up. Pull the knob. Down a bit. Stop. Out a bit. I haven't got to go out a bit ready for that, but down a bit. I'm just getting used to my knobs and my buttons. In. Up. Locked. Down a bit. Sorted. Okay. Let's go. Go and get in your bed over that side. Well done. Here we go again. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 32 bales left out here. So 2 loads of 16. So maybe I'll do 16 today. Come back and load up 16 for tomorrow. So no point in going back with a heavy load and a light one. Might as well even them up. That's one. I can see this scratching a bit of paint doing it this way, gripping from the side rather than over the top, but I can probably live with that as long as I don't scratch it too much. So I gotta say the loader controls on this are, I mean, not as they're different to the T5. I know I keep making comparisons, but I could easily get used to this with very little effort, I think. So it's all pretty intuitive. I like the third service on the button. That works nicely for me. Yeah, this is I got a bit, my first impression of whether I was a bit biased with this tractor, or I don't know, I don't know, but I am definitely liking it more the more I use it. I like the visibility from the front. I can see exactly what I'm doing out here, which means there's no excuse for damaging bales really, because I can see. I wonder what if I just pick them up a little bit and then squeeze in. That work better? That might work better. See, we're always learning. Learning all the time. You gonna stay on there? Let's see if you stay on there. Well, I'll put you on the same side as the last one, I think. But yeah, this is all totally effortless. I mean, this is doing the same job as a 695. The 695 will do this, but I've only got a spike for that, which means I have to puncture the bales. I don't have a third service option. I'm not saying I couldn't put one on there, everything's doable. But this is comfortable. Very comfortable. Right. Don't rip the bale. Don't rip the bale. Don't rip the bale. I think I got away with it. Yeah, it looks like I got away with it. It'd be nice if I can get all these on this load, 16 bales, without damaging one. Be a bit, oh no, oh, well, I've already scuppered that. Look at that on the left hand side of that bale. I've already damaged it. Bum. Is it because I'm coming in at the wrong angle? Maybe if I come across at a bit more of a less silly angle, maybe that'll help. Gently does it. Gently does it. I'm not quite so happy with how he's perched on there, so I am going to reset that one. There you go. Right, well, we'll just tickle on gently at this. But I reckon this tractor will now load the rest of these bales, if everything goes to plan. Yeah, I definitely damaged that one. Right, I am going to move the trailer to strap on because I've got a hell of a crosswind coming across here, and yesterday that was a ball ache with putting the straps on, so yeah, we're going to move today. Make life a bit easier, I hope. Still not sure if I got that right or wrong now, so wind's coming towards me. Straps have got to go on, whatever happens. Right, we're back over to the farm again, just picking up the last load of bales. 1, 2, 3, only half a dozen left to go now, so we're almost there. I kind of got this thing sussed now on how to pick up bales without scratching them. Basically, I'm just putting the 2 poles down between them, sliding them down, and so far I haven't busted the bale. But anyway, I had intended to call in and see my mate, the Funky Farm, on the way back. I messaged him to say, are we going past about 7 o'clock? And was he at home? And I'm sorry to say the answer is no, mate. I'm in hospital. Been taken poorly. It looks like the COVID bug he picked up a few weeks ago, which actually put him in hospital then, made him poorly, has done it again. So I won't be seeing him tonight. I'm going to try and call in and see him tomorrow, but that'll be off camera. He said he should be home tomorrow. So yeah, everybody send the Funky Farmer good wishes, please, and a speedy, fast and complete recovery. Up, 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 up. There you go. So, yeah, like I said, I've kind of got this fairly sussed now, so I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so the mistake I'd be making with the first loads of bales that I was fetching and damaging was that I was trying to push these 2 tubes down into the bale underneath like that, and that's what was breaking them. What I should have been doing was going up on top and then pushing them down through. And what's happening now is I'm not breaking bales. Like that. The wrap on both bales is intact. I haven't broken either of them. So obviously that's the way to do it. So, and with this tractor, it's actually been quite easy. So I've got used to it now. My first impressions, I think, were maybe a little bit biased because I've been spoilt with the blue. And I got to be honest, the blue is, at the moment, to my mind, still in the lead. It's 5 horsepower less than this and a bit smaller. But yeah, I did like the New Holland, the T5. But do you know what? I wouldn't turn this fella down too. If it was offered me for the right price, I would most definitely consider it as a contender. Right, off we go. A very capable little tractor. Couple of little niggles I have about it, which I'll go through with when I finish the review off at the end. The last video will be a review on what I like and what I don't like. There's not many things I don't like. There's a few things that well, I suppose it is in comparison to what I've tried in other marques. I think maybe they've done a little bit better, but then there's a few things on this that could maybe, you know, it's not just a one-way street. There's probably a few things on this that I prefer over the New Holland. Can't think of one for a minute, but I bet there is one. So yeah, this is how we're doing it now. We're literally just picking bales up by sliding the prongs down over the top and down through, and that seems to be working quite well. This Two's bale squeezer has obviously been around for a while. It's a used one, and the tubes that are over the spikes are a little bit, how can I put it? They're not that smooth. Looks like someone's been picking up concrete blocks with it, but I haven't yet damaged the bale loading up like this. So basically, taking the bale off is the reverse of putting it on. Squeeze it a little bit, release, too much, up, and I think I just broke a bale. Yeah, I did. I opened that. After all that talk, God. Oh, I was doing so well. Look how clever I am. I'm a really clever person. I've looked to do this without breaking a bale. Oh look, I've broken a bloody bale. Typical. Should have kept me gob shut. What was it Mother said? Better to keep your mouth shut and be thoughtful than open it and prove it. Yeah, that's a lesson I never learnt, I know. So the plan is, with this load, is I'm going to put it in the barn. Reg's combine is out of the barn now. His drill's in there, but I don't think he's going to want the drill for, well, I'm hoping at least a week. The plan is, or the idea is, that Case should be dropping me off a trial tractor for a day or so, hopefully this week. And the idea is I'm going to pull this trailer home with that tractor. I've already pulled a like load with this one. To be honest, whether it's because of the way I've loaded this with the 16 bales, and there's quite a lot of weight up front, I don't know if that's why, but the journey home with the last lot of 16 was pretty uncomfortable, to be honest. I don't know, I mean, it could be down to maybe tyre pressures, could be down to the way the trailer was loaded, a lot of weight up front, not so much on the back of the axle. I don't know, but it didn't travel. I wasn't confident to go as quick as I did with the T5, but the T5 was pulling full loads. That was they were loaded equally, so more weight behind at the back of the axle. So maybe it's just unfair. It could just be the way I loaded the trailer and nothing to do with the tractor at all. So this is a very capable, very nice machine that if you're a Massey Ferguson fan, I'll bet you love it. You will absolutely love it. But in my search for a new tractor, if I can find one I can afford, I'm not going with favourites. I mean, I've been driving a Case for years, but as far as I'm concerned, Case and New Holland are more or less the same. There's not a lot in it, so some subtle differences. I know the Case's version of the T5 has a different gearbox, which I don't think is what I want. The New Holland dynamic control was lovely. This is okay, but it's more notchy. It's not as smooth. So especially when you're braking and sort of pulling down to come to a junction, it really does knock you about. Now I think Phil said that you can program this chap, that if you're on the road works, or not to do that. So again, that could be just a slightly unfair thing to say, because this tractor hasn't been processed or programmed to my preferences, and perhaps if it was, I would feel differently. So, but yeah, very capable little machine, plenty of power. It's the quickest, so it's quicker than the T7 and the T5. All three have a 40 kph box, but this chap feels quicker, and according to the clock is doing 4 or 5 kph more than 40, if you know what I mean, sort of. There you go, we are almost done. Which side do I want this bale on? I think I want this other side, don't I? Yeah, the other side. Oh well, long way round. Never mind. as they say. I ain't going nowhere. Let's get, come on. Right, it's a bit tight in there. There should be enough room to get this up to the wall. But if there's not, then I'll have to leave it in front of the drill, and if Reg needs to shift it, well, he can shift it. That should go in there. If the trailer was empty, it'd be easy, but it's not, so it isn't. Right, it's all mirrors now. Pretty sure I lifted that door up high enough, but I will just check. Yeah. Loads of room. Just being cautious. That's an £80,000 barn and that's a £70,000 drill, and I want to get it in between. So far so good. Yeah, Reg can get that out of there, I reckon. So, just in case, it was just in case he wanted to get that out before I get a chance to come and fetch this, because I don't actually know what day the case is coming. So, if it is in his way, he can always shift it. Right, let's go home.
How's your day been? Good to see your face. How you doing? Tell me your story. I just wanna have a conversation. I just wanna make a friend or two. I'm not trying to change your mind. All I'm trying to do is be nice. 'Cause life's so